Okay, this one is done by Indonesian artist, right? Mujahidin Nur Rahman. So I think he's done something quite amazing in the sense that, World War II was such a huge, amazing story that I also studied a lot back in school. For me to have lived in Germany and to have studied so much of it, really so much. I even memorized the names of the SS. Like there was 15 of them, like the SS leaders. It's a bit weird, but but I find it fascinating, not in a good sense, but just fascinating. And when I saw it, I somehow thought, is this about the Nazis? I didn't even come close, but I exclusively it's about the Nazis. And these jars, the postcards, the lamps that you see are all antiques. Okay, the body has been made out of cut out paper by hand. It's actually AK-47, put together. So basically, it's a body of weapons. And the mask has also been found in an antique market in Europe. And you can see that he's basically, this human form is breathing all the history that has been already preserved. So basically it's resonating about how so much importance it plays and significance even though the time has already passed. And yet it sort of repeats again, every time. Maybe that's what it is. People still breathe it. You think people would have learned from history, but somehow it repeats itself in different ways and forms. So I think he puts quite an emphasis on that. And even the postcards, it's memories that people have of the Nazis and found it in France. And these are really, really used postcards at the time of Hitler. I just find it a very important to, just to take a look at it. It gives you such a different aura about the generation that Germany was facing at the time. It's such an impactful, first view. That's why I decided to put it in the lobby, which maybe it scares some people. Basically, there's a couple of series that he made, right? So I think there were 3 different series of this particular one that he has sourced and put differently, and the mask is different as well, which I think the gas mask, the most impactful because of the breathing and, when you breathe, there's the circulation and the circulation of history within a period of time. I find it much more meaningful, I think, than the other masks that he used. It's the mask during the war as well. Did I mention that? So the mask was used in the war. So he actually went to some antique markets that represented a lot of the items that have been used. I find history really fascinating, how a person could change a nation for decades. It had such an impact. Even until now, there are people who believe in that ideology. So it's one man, right? One person who is able to influence into the core and the bloodline and the circulation, of the air that they breathe in. Don't you think it's amazing? It's really, really amazing. Aku terakhir, I saw Tayeba Lipi. So she's an Indian artist that's residing in America, I believe. She has made quite a name of herself. So she's in an association of the arts, and she's in a foundation. And I saw her work waktu itu di art stage tahun ini, nggak salah. So from far, I was like, what is this decorative artwork? Dari jauh gitu, dari jauh kan there's so many artworks, right? And so basically it's like 3 bikinis hung on the wall. So it's an installation. Tapi aku pikir, it's gold and it's bikini gitu. Like first thing you think is like, But then I went up close, right? So I was like, oh my god, peneti. Itu jadi adalah peneti. The bikini is made out of peneti, casted and gold plated. So I was like, what is this? So I was learning about her, and she has an extensive history, and she uses safety pins and razors in her work. Okay, those are the two methods that she used. And the safety pins are because safety pins are used as weapons in public transportations. It's a weapon, and at the same time, she makes it beautiful with having gold on it. So she used something quite dark and quite terrorizing in the beautiful form of a bikini, the shape of a woman. Yeah. Dan dia kalau nggak salah ada a couple of razor shoes, because ballerina is something that is worn by women. It depicts on how sometimes the women's life, what they have to go through, each step of it's sometimes very painful because due to the settings and circumstances that they've been born into. I find her works very, very strong, like very, very strong. Lucu ya, because I went to the installation 1 year after. Yeah, 1 year after. I think there's nothing wrong with paintings. There's really nothing wrong. I think it's just how when you have different, for example, you have already these shoes, so you want something more advanced, you want something different. It's just that, basically, you have evolved, yeah. But I do have a couple of paintings. One ada kali ya, yeah. But there's nothing wrong with that. And there's also paintings that uses mixed media, right? So it can be very interesting too. But I find installation much more impactful just because it uses different, not just the media, but different aspects. Is how you see it, visibility-wise is different than a painting, where it's just on one side. Yeah. I also find it a bit more exciting, lebih real gitu loh, in a sense, yeah. Just that, yeah.